On Friday, the Supreme Court decided to make discrimination legal. So now this case, which was decided 6-3 in favor of a web designer in Colorado, um, officially called 303 Creative versus Alenis, you had a amateur web designer who made up a hypothetical situation in which she would be the victim and then got the Supreme Court to rule in her favor over it. So now she had asked the court to grant her the right under the First Amendment to refuse service to gay and lesbian couples due to her personal Christian beliefs. So now Smith had also wanted to put up a sign on her website saying no gays allowed. Essentially. So now the thing is, this was a fake case. It was not actually real, but will have real consequences. First off, she had not been actually hired to make any website for a same-sex couple, and had never, therefore, refused any such work. Never been asked for it. And in fact, she wasn't even ever, she has never even made a wedding website. She's just thinking about it. And then, in her ruminations, she thought, oh man, what if a gay person asked me to make a website for them? Ooh, that would be terrible. Oh gosh, I really would like to discriminate against them. I guess I'll sue. And that's what happened. So now, she claimed that Colorado's Anti-Discrimination Act, which prohibits denial of goods, services, or facilities because of disability, race, creed, color, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, marital status, national origin, or ancestry, violated her First Amendment rights by requiring her to take commissions, theoretical, hypothetical commissions, with what she said was a message she did not agree with, specifically websites celebrating the wedding of a same-sex couple. So this is petty. So let me see what. Let me explain what I should say. If you're someone who's so bigoted, and that's what this is, let's not sugarcoat it. Okay, let's not say it's anything other than she is a bigot. She does not like gay people. She does not want to do a service for gay people. It is not about her, my personal religious beliefs. No, if it was about that, then she probably wouldn't be wearing mixed fibers or eating shellfish. It's not about her religion. I mean, imagine her making a website about shrimp. Would she be complaining about that? No, it only has to do with gay people being a bigot. Let's be clear about what she actually is. Okay? So, now, if you didn't want to make wedding websites for gay people, then don't get into the wedding website business. Okay? And it's really simple. I mean, I like to think about it as like, if you're a Muslim butcher and you don't want to touch pork, then you shouldn't be a butcher. Or work at a place that serves pork. Simple as that. I mean, it's not really difficult here. And I know there are people out there that are crying, oh, but my religious beliefs. Fuck your religion. I'm going to say it. Your religion does not give you a right to discriminate against people for immutable characteristics. Okay? Simple as that. And look, I'm getting super tired of having to coddle certain religious people. Not all religious people. In fact, the vast majority of religious people are good, decent people. And good, decent, accepting, loving, wonderful, warm people. I'm talking about the minority here. The minority, the fundamentalists of all stripes, all different religions. Okay? Y'all are the problem. You're the most sensitive snowflakes on the damn planet. You're trying to push your religious beliefs on everyone else. Now, I know I'm going to piss people off by saying this, but turns out I got news for you. Your religion is your choice, but being gay is not a choice. Being gay is an immutable characteristic. Okay? That's it. That's it. Religion, you can choose to believe whatever religion you want. You can convert, whatever. You can believe in whatever gods or goddesses or masses of noodly pasta that you want. But what you can't do in America is use that religion to deprive people of their civil rights, of goods and services who do not share your religion. I'm tired of people walking around with, I like to call it, a literal God complex, thinking that everybody's got to sit there and follow your rules of your God. No, you're not God. Sit down. If you feel icky about serving gay people, number one, you're a bigot. And number two, go do something else. Go do something else that doesn't offend your little sensibilities. Okay, your weak, pathetic little sensibilities. And that's what it is. You're the weakest person on the planet. Again, she wasn't even asked to make a website for a gay wedding. That entire case, purely hypothetical. The plaintiff had claimed that she was asked by a gay couple to create a website for a wedding, but they had actually pulled that information off the internet. We're talking address, name, phone number, all that stuff. Now, this website, or I should say this information, belonged to a couple who were already married. Yes, they were a gay couple, and they were already married, had no need of a website. In fact, one of them also does web design himself. But they took this and they forged an inquiry using their information and then sued over it. In fact, a reporter from the New Republic contacted one of those people and asked him about his inquiry to 303 Creative. And he said, I never sent one. I don't know what you're talking about. And this is the first time I've ever heard of it. So you took that public information, phone number, email address, website, forged a form, then used that form in an official court filing in order to claim that your religious liberty has been violated when no such violation had ever occurred. Yeah, this is again, conservative victimhood complex. 100%. You made up a hypothetical situation to then claim you have been victimized by something that never even happened. Let me ask you, who's the snowflake now, bitch? Looks like it's you. Total martyr complex. Total martyr complex. But unfortunately, with the help of the Alliance Defending Bigotry, freedom, technically, and the ideologically conservative Supreme Court, Smith is now allowed to legally discriminate if she wants to. Now it's legal. And by the way, not just her, but now anyone. Anyone. In fact, Justice Sonia Sotomayor, in her dissent, wrote this, quote, 5 years ago, this court recognized the general rule that religious and philosophical objections to gay marriage do not allow business owners and other actors in the economy and society to deny protected persons equal access to goods and services under a neutral and generally applicable public accommodations law. So this was the decision of the wedding cake. Today, she said, the court, for the first time in its history, grants a business open to the public a constitutional right to refuse to serve members of a protected class. By issuing this new license to discriminate, in a case brought by a company that seeks to deny same-sex couples the full and equal enjoyment of its services, the immediate symbolic effect of the decision is to mark gays and lesbians for second-class status. In this way, the decision itself inflicts a kind of stigmatic harm, on top of any harm caused by the denials of service, because that's ultimately not what it's about. So don't be confused in saying that, oh, it's just about like, oh, I didn't get this website or this cake that I wanted. No. It's beyond that. It's far beyond that. The opinion of the court is, Sotomayor continues, quite literally a notice that reads, some services may be denied to same-sex couples. And it starts with cakes, starts with websites. Where does it end? Can you imagine it extending to healthcare? Oh, wait, it already does, in a way. For example, you've had states that have banned gender-affirming care. Now, in that case, it's the government preventing doctors from treating gender dysphoria in young adults. So that's the government, right? Well, now you also, in addition to that, will have businesses that have decided, I don't want to serve certain people. For example, a hospital that doesn't want to treat trans people because of their religious beliefs. Or, well, we've already seen hospitals that are denying medically necessary abortions to women. And it wasn't just because of Roe v. Wade. It wasn't, or the reversal of Roe v. Wade, but also in places where we're a religious institution here, and we don't think that we should have to grant abortions here. It's already happening. Both government and now private enterprise are able to discriminate against people based on their own religion and prevent people from getting goods and services. Now, this particular decision, this was an attempt to erase the LGBTQ community from being able to engage in commerce and therefore live in our modern society. And that's what it is. Make no mistake about it. As HuffPost notes, Friday's much broader ruling opens the door for more discrimination. Other businesses with an expressive service could be permitted to discriminate against LGBTQ plus people should they claim that providing their services constitutes speech or messaging they disagree with. The court's decision opens the door to any business that claims to provide customized services to discriminate against historically marginalized groups, says the ACLU director, David Cole. He also adds, the decision is fundamentally misguided. Well, I don't think they care if it's misguided or not, because that's the entire point. In 2023, the Supreme Court has legalized discrimination based on sexual orientation, immutable characteristics. And this comes, by the way, ironically, just a day after the court claimed they eliminated discrimination against white people in ending racial consideration when it comes to college admissions, which again, actually, ironically, affirmative action benefited white women a lot. And in places where they had actually gotten rid of it, like in California, you saw the number of admissions to these Ivy League schools drop dramatically and drastically. But hey, you can see the pattern here. Getting rid of alleged discrimination against white people, which they, again, conservatives claim that they're victimized, and then legalizing discrimination against LGBTQ people. To say that this court is not ideologically driven is to be ignoring reality.